Welcome to the Country DJ Show, here on Churn It Sound with your host, the Country DJ, Chris Simpson. We're here every Wednesday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. To drop us a message, request a song, or get a shout out on next week's show. Send us an email to thecountrydj@churnitsoundradio.co.uk. Now pour yourself a cold one and get ready to hear some of the latest and greatest country classics from around the world.
Got me, we got something everybody else can see. Me, I got you, we got a good thing, honey, you know we do. Friends, they all know, 'cause we can't help but let it show. Can't hide, we got something just too good to hold inside. We don't need no money, honey, you and I. What we've got together, money just can't buy what we've got. There's plenty of, I got you, you got me, we got love. Honey, we just keep on keeping on, 'cause love makes us strong. As long as we got love, we can't go wrong. We don't need no money, honey, you and I. What we've got together, money just can't buy what we've got. There's plenty of, I got you, you got me, we got love.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Country Show on Churn It Sound Radio with myself, Chris Simpson, the Country DJ, and that was We Got Love by Don Williams starting the show for us this evening. We have got quite a packed show tonight, including an interview to start the show from Dan Jones, who is a guitarist from Luke Combs UK Tribute. He's also part of the Indigo Machine and the Dreaming Tree, and he's got his own guitar school as well. But most importantly, he's releasing a 4-track EP of country tracks in the new year in the UK and all over the world. And he's launching it with us this evening and giving us a little bit of a preview, a world premiere on those 4 tracks, so you can have a listen to them first here on the Country DJ Show. So we're delighted to have Dan on the show this evening. And his interview is about 20 minutes long, so we're going to play it early doors on the show and play the 4 tracks for you and get some feedback from him as to how he thinks those are going to go down, what his story is in relation to how he's got into playing country music. And then as always, we're going to have some other tracks coming in from bands throughout the UK who've sent their music in to us. You, if you want to get your tracks played with us, can send them in anytime, and they can come through to us via email to thecountrydj@churnitsoundradio.co.uk. So lots of great music coming up through the show. I caught up with Dan earlier this week, and here's what he had to say about his upcoming 4-track EP. Hi Dan, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me on.
It's really good to catch up with you. You are our first interview for the radio show to have
Oh, wow.
a live guest as such on. So it's all on you.
No pressure.
Well, we've got you on because obviously I've met you a couple of times now at the Luke Combs UK gigs where you do a fabulous job of entertaining everybody. Kind of steal the show at times with your guitar solos and stuff, but you're doing some stuff on your Todd, so to speak, at the moment as well, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I've always been writing my own stuff. I was sort of in a prog rock band for about 12 years, where we released sort of four albums and an EP, but that did all right. And then during COVID, I did a solo album during COVID and wanted to continue writing. The prog band was called the Dreaming Tree, and we sort of put it on hiatus for a while. We sort of put it on hold. We got to our fourth album. We were looking to do a fifth, and we all got a bit tired and sort of didn't know where we were going with it and whatnot. So we thought we'll put it on hold, no pressure. If we don't do anything for a while, that's fine. It gave each of us the opportunity to go off and do other things. And yeah, so during COVID, I really wanted to. I'd got a book of ideas and stuff that I'd been working on for years, and I wanted to get back to producing and writing my own stuff. So I bit the bullet and put together an album of stuff and produced that, and then released it with a PR campaign and tried to do a good job on it, and it did all right. I got some really good reviews, got some national magazine interviews and features and things. So that was really nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and then from there, obviously, I've been playing live quite a bit with a few bands, and then the Luke Combs thing came along, and I've been involved in the country scene, which completely blew me away. I didn't expect the country scene in the UK to be as vibrant and as it is. It's just totally took me by
It's
surprise.
kind of massive at the minute, isn't it?
Oh, mate, I'm just totally like blown away by how big it is, and everybody's so lovely. All the shows we've done and that is with the Luke Combs UK tribute band. The folks are just great, and obviously getting into that sort of scene a bit more. I've been, not that I've been into country music, because it was, believe it or not, I mean, I it's a bit of an admission of guilt, I suppose. I didn't really know like who Luke Combs was when I joined the band. I was asked by a friend, if I'd be interested in having a chat with Liam and thinking about joining that outfit, and I was like, well, I'm not really sure who Luke Combs is. So Liam sent me a track, and the first track that I heard was "The Kind of Love We Make," and
Yeah.
immediately I thought, wow, this is really good stuff. Number one, it's guitar driven. A lot of it, and that's what appeals to me about a lot of the country stuff that I've played so far. Is it's
Yeah.
very much guitar oriented, and whereas lots of mainstream music nowadays, guitars doesn't feature. So it's nice to get back into a genre of music where the guitar features quite heavily. And
And how long you been playing the guitar for, mate? How old were you when you first picked one up and you started getting decent?
yeah, well, I mean, my first sort of influences were my uncles, and I was about 8, I reckon, when I was
Yeah.
introduced to the guitar, watching my uncle play I think it was in my mum and dad's kitchen, and I was about 8, watching him sing and play a Beatles song on a tiny little nylon string guitar that my mum and dad had bought me. And
Uh-huh.
and then I got taken for, I think I had one lesson with a local guy, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. I think it was just the fact that the guy got long hair, he'd got long fingernails on his right hand, and as a young kid, you can be put off by certain things.
Yeah.
And it was in a sort
And
of
I think you want results as well, don't you, straight away? And it's not the kind of instrument you can just pick up and bang a tune out really
no,
fast
that's
on.
right. It baffled me for years, to be honest. The guitar's been quite a challenging instrument to understand and to learn to play. Yeah, so then I went on from there and joined bands and did what have you, and had lessons off mates, and was never had any formal lessons. That was the only guitar lesson I ever had until sort of my mid 40s, believe it or not, where I went back
Yeah.
and had jazz guitar lessons. But overall, I've been playing guitar for about 35 years, so quite a long time. And
Yeah, I noticed on stage when I've watched you and stuff, on those kind of gigs, like you mentioned, the Luke Combs UK gigs, sometimes you'll go and watch bands and they've got like an iPad with stuff on, and you can just rock all around the stage. It's just natural, and you can just, you just know how to play it.
yeah, that's it. I mean, I have done a lot of legwork on learning those songs, and I do have an iPad for tunings and stuff like that because there is a lot to remember.
Yeah,
So I do have a pad that I use, but that's purely for nowadays. It's purely for just telling me which guitar to pick up, which tuning to put it in, because there's like different ways of tuning the guitar, and the Luke Combs stuff's quite you know um, complex in as much that they use different guitar tunings for different songs, and different
right.
guitars for different songs as well. Like you've got the sort of heavy blues stuff, and then you've got the more traditional country stuff. So I'll use like a Les Paul guitar for the heavy blues oriented country stuff that's like Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, for instance, where it's quite heavy, and then going
Yeah,
into more of the sort of lighter country stuff where you need a bit of twang. So I'll use a, a Telecaster guitar for that. So, but yeah, so I mean, like I say, the first introduction, although I had got sort of some country interests, like with Steve Earle and that, I'd been listening to Steve Earle for a long time, and
yeah.
one of my favorite albums that he did was one called Exit O, and
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think I missed out on Copperhead Road, which I can't believe because that's just like such an iconic album. But Exit O was the one that introduced me to Steve Earle, who was probably the main, other than Johnny Cash and people like that, and Elvis. Obviously, I grew up listening to Elvis. He wasn't country, but he'd got that early on. He'd got that sort of country
Yeah, that
to
influence,
his,
yeah.
yeah, so that's where I sort of got my country stuff from. But although, I mean, I don't know if you've ever listened to much Led Zeppelin, but Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin had got a very country-esque sort of approach to some of his guitar playing, and he used a pedal steel guitar in a few of the early Led Zeppelin albums. That I remember hearing that pedal steel guitar on those albums really for the first time. So that was uh, that was again where I was sort of tuning my ear into a country sort of sound.
Yeah, and from what you've noticed at the gigs and stuff, it's appealing. Country music is to like all age spans. I mean, you've met my daughter. You gave her your guitar pick at one of your
Yeah,
gigs at Dudley Town
that's
Hall, and
it.
she was delighted. And but I mean, she's 11, but I mean, it's not a lot of old people at gigs or anything. It's a real wide span the audience.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. I mean, looking at the demographic on Facebook and stuff like that, and Instagram, it's a real, sort of from like mid early 20s right up to sort of 50s. So it does appeal to a big cross section of people. And I think the other thing as well, the whole thing, you can get dressed up and you feel like you're going out. It's a bit of an event type of thing, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
got a different vibe to just going to an ordinary gig to watch a band. It feels a bit more, like it's a whole special event happening.
Definitely. Well, we're going to play one of your songs now. Um, Tell us a little bit about this EP that you've put together of these 4 tracks at the minute with it on the country style.
Yeah, okay. So with obviously, getting more involved in the country scene, and I had got a couple of songs that I've written in the past, like the one song called, which is I think I'm going to put as track 2 on the EP, called "Loving You," was something I'd had since I was like 20 years old, and I've never really sort of been able to finish it off. And then when we were in Ireland, I think it was earlier this year, we were traveling back to Belfast to catch a flight back. Boom, we're in the back of the car, and I was just like sat writing, and it just came to me, the lyrics and whatnot. So over the course of the last year, I've been sort of, like I say, getting more involved in country music and wanting to write some new stuff. I thought, well, let's try my hand at writing a few songs that have got a country edge. I mean, I don't claim to be a country singer, or I don't, it's or a country artist, but I definitely like the flavors of country, and I was just going to see where this sort of thing thing takes me. And hey presto, I've sort of come up with these 4 tunes that I'm going to put out very, very soon. I want to try and do it before we go on this US tour with the Luke Combs guys. So there's something there for an American audience. If they like me and my performance, at the gigs, then they may be interested to see what else I do away from the band, So again, that was another reason for doing this, is just giving people who've seen me play and who like my performance and my guitar playing, they may enjoy the music that I write, So which is why I thought I need to get on and write some new stuff. My solo album was out in 2021. I need to get on and do some new things. So that's obviously why I'm sort of trying to complete a new set of recordings. And hey presto, you got 4 tracks that I sent you the other day.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. And like what you just touched on then, you do really like to perform, and it's noticeable when you come along to the gigs and stuff, and they go through all the different people who were appearing in the show that night for a round of applause and stuff. You always get such a big cheer because you do really put 110% into every performance.
Yeah, man. I don't see the point in getting on stage and just standing there, I mean, if I'm going to get on and people have paid money to come and see a show, and they really want to see that. And I feel a real sense of responsibility to the people that have come along to a gig. And yeah, that's why, man, I give it 100%, and more, I really do try and get
Definitely, yeah.
involved.
And are you different? Are you kind of a different, more laid back person in real life? And do you go into show mode, or how do you work it?
No, I think what you see is genuinely my personality. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be skipping and jumping in the street, but I've definitely got a personality
No.
that is I haven't got a big personality. I'm not sort of like difficult to be around, but I definitely have got a fun element, and I love to have fun, and I love to, sort of anything exciting. Yeah, I suppose what you're seeing is a part of my personality that doesn't get to come out until I've got my guitar in my hand,
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
So we're actually going to listen to Dan's first track now, so I'm going to hand over to the man himself to do all the introductions for you.
So this is Dan Jones, and you're listening to my new song, Slow Down.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Hi, this is Dan Jones. You're listening to one of my new tracks from my forthcoming EP. This is called Loving You.
I'm on that road and I see the border of a country where I hear the voice of the girl that I feel laid by my side. I can't wait to see your glowing eyes, your long red hair, your voice, your smile tonight. I'm on that plane, flying high to your front porch. I feel that thrill when I see you fall into my arms. Because I'm leaving places that I've been, playing my guitar and living dreams last night. Back to that road and that county line that I call home. And my woman, she's helped grow and loves me home. Life ain't nothing without you. You're my diamond, clear and true. You're mine. I'm at your door. Your shadow passes and my heart beats a little more. Life worth living, it's what life is for. Let's take our time. 'Cause loving you is what I do. You drive me wild, oh yes, it's true tonight. 'Cause loving you is what I do. You drive me wild, oh yes, it's true, so fine. 'Cause loving you is what I do. You drive me wild, oh yes, it's true tonight.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed those first two tracks by Dan. We're going to go and take a break just after this next track, which is Luke Combs, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. And after that, we'll get straight back to the interview. So we'll catch you in a few moments' time.
I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway, riding that storm running through my veins like a shot-down tailspun airplane. You're scared of nothing and I'm scared to death. I can't breathe and I catch my breath, but I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on the wind and rain.
This is David Attenborough, and every Wednesday from 7 till 9 p.m, I tune into Churn It Sound for the Country DJ Show. Yee-haw!
We're going to go back to our guest interview now with Dan Jones, and we've listened to his first 2 tracks on his 4-track EP, which is coming out in the new year. Amazing stuff so far. We're going to go back to Dan now to introduce his 3rd track.
This is Dan Jones. You're listening to track 3 from my new EP. This is called Forever Would Be Too Long.
Riding that dirt road, dust rising up in the west. I'm pumping a hang tune, hands tapping on the window rest. Crickets humming, just you and I, a fire-red blazing sky. Sat here thinking, wondering if you ever asked yourself why I had to let you go. You wouldn't stay when it rained. Didn't think we'd fall apart, even when we broke the chains. Now sometimes late at night, when the stars paint their inky blue, I hear you crying in the wind. I miss you like hell I do. I remember those nights, the words in those songs, singing like Johnny Cash, forever would be too long. Time slips away like falling sands, leaving nothing but memories and a love I don't understand. I had to let you go, I wouldn't stay when it rained. I didn't think we'd fall apart, even when we broke the chains. Now sometimes late at night, when the stars paint their inky blue, I hear you crying in the wind. I miss you like hell I do. Someday our roads will cross on a forgotten desert road. Maybe then we'll find out if our heartache will finally go. For now we'll just keep driving, headlights through the rain, hoping time will mend our hearts, leaving no more pain. I had to let you go, you wouldn't stay when it rained. I didn't think we'd fall apart, even when we broke the chains. Now sometimes late at night, when the stars paint their inky blue, I hear you crying in the wind. I miss you like hell I do. Now sometimes late at night, when the stars paint their inky blue, I hear you crying in the wind. I miss you like hell I do.
Hey, this is Ella Langley, and every Wednesday from 7 till 9 p.m. UK time, I tune into Churn It Sound for the Country DJ Show. And I'm telling you, if I ever meet that cowboy, I'm gonna walk right on up to him, hand him a beer, because he looks like he loves me.
Hi, this is Dan Jones. You're listening to the last track on my new EP called One More Whiskey for the Road.
It's been a crazy couple months. I play and ride a couple weeks. Wheels rolling, the girls screaming, ain't no into this. So I ain't gonna slow it down, cause I'm too into this. So pour me one more whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. Whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. It's a whiskey on the road. Singing with the boys, the drums beating the bass pound and make the guitar talk. See you watching, I hear you wanna call it out for more. Show it done, the 90s young for walking out the door. So pour me one more whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. One more whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. It's a whiskey overload. Moving on the road, a new town, a different crowd. We start chicken slow. Turn it up, cause it ain't tough to make this party grow. They want it loud, we'll make it loud. The beer start to flow. The night is young, we're drinking some whiskey. One more whiskey for the road. Whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. Play it, Stevie. Whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. Whiskey, one more whiskey for the road. It's a whiskey overload.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Great. So that's the final track there from Dan, and they were really good to listen to, mate. I got some various influences there. I could hear a little bbit of sort of the Luke Combs style in one of the tracks, and I even got a bit of Dire Straits in your vocals in one of the tracks. I was sort of, it was taking me to that kind of sort of sound.
Oh, cool. That's great, man.
Yeah, so they were, and a good variety of tracks as well in the race. You know, foot tappy and then more of a love type song and stuff. So a lot of variety in the tracks there. Tell us a little bit about when people can sort of get these tracks.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to have the distribution and a PR campaign set up for release in December or January, just after Christmas. Definitely before we go away in February, like I say, to our US tour in America with the Luke Combs UK guys. And then on Spotify and all streaming services, it will be available on my Dan Jones profile. So, you know, if people do a quick search on Spotify for Dan Jones and just maybe a name of the track, one more whiskey for the road or something like that, they'll come up with my profile. Alternatively, you know, I'm sort of on Instagram, Dan Jones Guitarist UK, and same on Facebook, Dan Jones Guitarist UK. So if people want to get in touch or have a look at any of the music and whatnot that I've got going on, then they can get in touch via that.
Excellent stuff, mate. And obviously you've got this big tour in America coming up. Is that in the new year? You said you're looking forward to that?
Yeah. So middle of February. We're currently sort of working our visas at the moment with American attorney because it's quite a tricky process to go through. But yeah, it's 90% there. So yeah, middle of February, we've got some iconic venues like Ashby Park, which is owned by Bruce Springsteen. We're playing Daryl's House, which is owned by the guy from, you know, Daryl Hall from Hall and Oates. So some really great venues going to be playing, and obviously we're going to be meeting a load of new people. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to get out there and start playing. And I mean, the biggest thing is like a sense of responsibility that you have towards making sure you do justice to Luke Combs. You know, at the end of the day, we're out there, you know, paying homage to him and his great music. So it's going to be an honor really to be out there doing that to people in the hometown, if you like.
Yeah, definitely. And it's surprising really that there's not anybody out there doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there is one guy, but because obviously America's so big, I think he's based in Nashville, but he doesn't really come out of Nashville very much. So I think
Got
that
you.
there is a market, for and obviously, the Brits re-exported a bit like the blues in the 60s when we re-exported the blues back to America. You never know, it might be the start of something where the Brits re-export country music back to the States. But it'll just be great
That's
for them
it.
to go and entertain the guys in America. I just hope that they enjoy our interpretation of Luke Combs's music. I'm sure they will. We'll just
That's great.
go crazy on it like I usually do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks very much, mate, for finding the time to come on the show with us today and talking to us about it.
That's very
Best of
kind,
luck with
Chris.
the upcoming EP, mate. I really appreciate you finding the time. I really hope it does go down a storm for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I don't know, I haven't got tickets to any more shows at the second, but I'm looking forward to coming out and seeing you guys again performing when I get the chance, and maybe even perhaps some solo gigs for yourself at some point coming up.
Yeah, I hope so. If I've got some space in between the Luke Combs UK stuff, I definitely plan on getting out and doing some stuff on my Todd. So I'll keep you posted as to when that happens, if it happens, and yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Great stuff, mate. Cheers for coming on the show, and I'll catch you soon.
Thanks, Chris. All the best with the show, and hope everything goes well for you, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight, talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me, but I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready, so I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight, talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me, but I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready, so I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight, talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, I went down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me, but I learned
Chattahoochee there by Alan Jackson. And once more, I'd just like to really say a massive thank you to Dan for coming on the show for us there and doing his world premiere release of his 4-track EP with ourselves here on Churn It Sound Radio on the Country DJ radio show. Really do appreciate it, mate. A really good blend of music there. We got all sorts. We got a slow sort of love song. We got a sort of foot tappy country song, and then we got a massive guitar sort of epic at the end there with his whiskey song as well. So best of luck with it, mate. I hope it goes really well, and to the self and to the rest of the band who are out on tour with you from Luke Combs UK, going out to the USA there in the new year. Fingers crossed that goes as planned, and it's a great tour for you. You can send your music in to us as Dan did if you want to, if you'd like to get it played with us, to the Country DJ at turnitsoundradio.co.uk, and we can give it a bit of airplay for you. We can mention your band, where you've got gigs coming up, how people can get to see you and listen to your music, what you're on sort of socials wise, that type of thing. And if you're on Spotify, Apple Music, that type of stuff, we can mention that kind of information for you, which is what this next band have done, called the Smoking Mavericks, who emailed in to me last week. Not to give you too much information on them, but BBC Radio Kent have billed them as arguably the best country band in the southeast, and they've been performing across the southeast for the last 10 years in headlining festivals, sold out theatre tours, and bringing country music to the masses in that neck of the woods. So as I briefly mentioned, they are called the Smoking Mavericks. You can check them out on Spotify and Apple Music. This is one of their tracks called Honey Jack.
Tasting sweet nothing, trying everything to help see me through. Counting down the minute until that clock is hitting 5, and I'll be yelling at the bar for a round of honey jack. When you tell me that I don't know how to grow up, responsible in a word that I hold true. Well, let me tell you something that I'm sure of. I can drink this Tennessee Pride in 1 or 2. So maybe what you drinking? Well, I bet this week I've been thinking I love the beat of a drunken country song on a Friday night. Well, maybe I regret it, call me early morning, but I'm gonna let it wrong to keep those margaritas on my back. I want honey jack. Yeah, yeah. Do love a cold one, especially when that summer sun goes down. But when I hear that music, the DJ's dropping me tonight, give me a shot of the American dream. Yeah. So maybe what you drinking? But I bet this week I've been thinking that I love the beat of a drunken country song on a Friday night. Maybe I regret it, call me early morning, but I'm gonna let it do me wrong. Keep those margaritas on my bed, 'cause I want honey jack. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
we go, the Smoking Mavericks with Honey Jack, and quite a rocky track, that one. So, yeah, really good. Thanks for sending that in to us, guys. Really enjoyed listening to that. I hope everybody out there did too. We're coming towards the end of our first hour here on the Country DJ show here tonight on Churn It Sound. We're going to go into the news in a few moments' time, and then coming after that, we've got lots more classics and new tracks to take you through to the end of the show tonight at 9 p.m. Coming up this week, we've got a couple of live gigs with ourselves out on the road. We are doing the Bridge Inn in Stone on Saturday evening, and we're also that night covering a gig in Birmingham City Centre at the Beer Keller, where we're performing with a couple of singers and playing music to the masses there, City Centre, Birmingham. So if you fancy a night out in the big smoke, then you could see us there at the Beer Keller in Birmingham on Saturday night also. Coming up next, we've got a song by Leanne Rimes, a bit of a lovey-dovey one, so I hope you enjoy it. This is How Do I Live?
What kind of life would that be? Oh, I need you in my arms, need you to hold. You're my world, my heart, my soul. If you ever leave, well, baby, you would take away everything good in my life. And tell me now.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Welcome to the Country DJ Show, here on Churn It Sound with your host, the Country DJ, Chris Simpson. We're here every Wednesday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. To drop us a message, request a song, or get a shout out on next week's show. Send us an email to the Country DJ at churnitsoundradio.co.uk. Now pour yourself a cold one and get ready to hear some of the latest and greatest country classics from around the
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive.
I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail in a blow. And when the yards broke off, they said that I got killed. But I'm living still. I was a dam builder across a river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound. But I am still around. I'll always be around and around and around and around and around. I'll fly a starship across the universe divide. And when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again. Or I may simply be a single drop of rain. But I will remain. I'll be back again and again and again.
The Highwayman there, and that one I'd like to dedicate to my old mate Greg from the Ye Olde Crown in Waterhouse, as he always used to sing that one on the karaoke. So that one goes out to you, brother. The Highwaymen, kind of a super group there, made up of Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and Chris Christopherson. So taking you back there, between 85 and 95, they were kind of big. And they all starred in a film at some point as well called Stagecoach in 1986. Coming up next, we're a bit more up to date. This one's by John Pardy and it's called Night Shift.
From dawn to dusk in the red dirt heat, busting it up for a couple of bucks, but it ain't no thing. just another day till I'm on my way to them cool, cool sheets. And you and me working on the night shift, baby. Dying for your touch like crazy. Racking up the overtime hours, loving how we're working on the night shift, baby. Gonna rock it right, no need to talk. I know what you want and what you like, 'cause I do too, yeah, I love how you leave on the lights. Not a thing between you and me, and it feels so nice when you and I are working on the night shift, baby. Dying for your touch like crazy. Racking up the overtime hours, loving how we're working on the night shift, baby. It's been a wreck me week. Oh, but who needs sleep when you're working on the night shift, baby? Dying for your touch like crazy. Racking up the overtime hours, loving how we're working on the night shift, baby. Loving how we're working on the night shift. Loving how we're working on the night shift. Working on the night shift, baby. Yeah.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
The next track that we've got coming up for you is by a girl called Laura Aston, and I think I played one of her tracks last week. I can't remember quite which one, but this is one of her more recent ones. And Laura is again from the Midlands, so quite a lot of country singers coming from the Midlands and doing us loud and proud. In 2022, she went across to Nashville and she actually performed at the Bluebird Cafe, which if you're a big country fan, you'll know that's big stuff to be invited across to perform there. She's got some gigs coming up towards the end of this year and lots booked in for next year in 2025 at some quite big venues. She's doing the Classic Grand in Glasgow this year just before Christmas at the end of November. And the next year she's got rodeos in Wolverhampton, which is a big country joint, the Cavern Club in Liverpool, Civic Hall Dudley, the Butter Market in Shrewsbury, and then she's up at the Anarchy Bruco in Geordieland, Newcastle, later on in the year. So this is her track which she released in 2022, and it's called Good Things Come About.
I pray to God that He'll heal me.
Hey, this is Laura Aston, and you're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Here's a special request going out to Maisie, Jessie, and Cody in Leek. It's Taylor Swift's Love Story.
We were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there on a balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello. Little did I that you were Romeo, you were throwing pebbles, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet, and I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. So I sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet 'cause we're dead if they knew. So close your eyes, escape this town for a little while. 'Cause you were Romeo, I was a scarlet letter, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet, but you were everything to me. I was begging you please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting, all there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Romeo, save me, they're trying to tell me how to feel. This love is difficult, but it's real. Don't be afraid, we'll make it out of this mess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. I got tired of waiting, wondering if you were ever coming around. My faith in you was fading when I met you on the outskirts of town, and I said, Romeo, save me. I've been feeling so alone. I keep waiting for you, but you never come. Is this in my head? I don't know what to think. He knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me, Juliet. You never have to be alone. I love you, and that's all I really know. I talked to your dad, go pick out a white dress. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. We were both young when I first saw you.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Now, this next track I'm going to play for you is by someone called David Craig. Now, I've Googled him and I can't really find out a lot of information on him. I know that he's Irish and he's got a band, and his song, which I'm going to play for you, found fame on things like TikTok when a young Irish girl was singing it at a wedding. And it sort of goes round in a bit of a round robin where they sort of keep adding things to a verse. It goes down an absolute storm at my country gigs. So if you can tell me anything more about the band, I'd love to hear from the band themselves, or if you can tell me how to get in contact with them. Drop me a message at thecountrydj@churnitsoundradio.co.uk. But this is David Craig, and it's called The Rattling Bowl.
Good evening!
Let's get those hands clapping, come on! Yeah! Here we go, hey! Let me see us all singing this time. Come on, say.
Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Well, in the bog there was a hole, a rare hole, a rattling hole in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Well, in the hole there was a tree, rare tree, rattling tree, tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. In the tree there was a branch, rare branch, rattling branch, branch in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. In the branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, twig in the branch, in the branch, in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog Let's hear ya! Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. In the twig there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest, nest in the twig, in the twig, in the branch, in the branch, in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. In the nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg, egg in the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, in the branch, in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh.
Let's see those hands, come on, hey!
In the egg there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, bird in the egg, in the egg, in the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, in the branch, in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, Come on! Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. In the bird there was a wing, a rare wing, a rattling wing, wing in the bird, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, in the branch, in the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. And the wing there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather, feather on the wing, and the wing, and the bird, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh.
Come on, let's see those hands, everybody! 1, 2, 3, 4, 1!
On the feather there was a flea, a rare flea, a rattling flea, flea in the feather, and the feather, and the wing, and the wing, and the bird, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bog, Yeah! Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog down in the valley, oh.
Thanks a million!
Thanks very much, folks.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Well, I think I've actually managed to find a page for the David Craig Band on Facebook, so I'll give them a shout and see if they'd like to come on the show and tell us about what else they sing. Quick shout out now for our line dance classes, which are called One Step Forward. They're going on this month as per usual on the first and third Thursdays of the month in Doveridge and the second Thursday of the month in Hollington for absolute beginners. So if you fancy shaking a leg, get yourself off to those.
just a woman. Help me believe what I could be and all that I am. Show me the stairway I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you. Give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. So for my sake, show me the way, one day at a time. Do you remember when we walked among them? Well, Jesus, you know, if you're looking below, it's worse now than then. Pushing and shoving, crowding my mind. So for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you. Give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. So for my sake, show me the way. One day at a time.
A lot of people have covered that track, but that's a lovely version there from Ireland's own Claude Alawla. We're going to squeeze one more track in before the adverts. This is Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett. It's 5 o'clock Sunday.
The sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. I'm getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something, I think I'll just call it a day. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, this lunch break is gonna take all afternoon and half the night. Tomorrow morning I know there'll be hell to pay. Hey, but that's alright. I ain't had a day off now in over a year. My Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. If the phone's for me, you can tell them I just sailed away. And pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I could pay off my tab, pour myself in would Jimmy Buffett do?
Funny you should ask, Alan. I'd say, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
He don't care. And I don't care.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. What time zone am I on? What country am I in?
It doesn't matter. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's always on 5 in Margaritaville, come to think of it.
I heard that.
You've been there, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I've seen your boat there.
I've been to Margaritaville a few times.
All right, well, that's good.
Stumbled my way back.
Okay, well, we just want to make sure you can keep it between the navigational beacons.
Between the buoys, I got it.
All right, well, it's 5 o'clock. Let's go somewhere.
I'm ready. Crank it up.
Let's get out of here.
I'm gone.
You're listening to the Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Welcome back to the Country DJ Show here on Churn It Sound, taking you through to 9 p.m. We're into our final half hour. This one goes out by a special request to Macy. It's by Leanne Rhymes again, and it's called Blue.
You're listening to the Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Well, if you're a bad cowboy and you cheat on your women, Carrie Underwood has got a message for you.
Right now, he's probably probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink, cause she can't shoot whiskey. Right now, he's probably up behind her with a pool stick, showing her how to shoot a combo. And he don't know. Some white trash version of Shania karaoke. Right now, she's probably saying I'm drunk, and he's thinking that he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably dabbing on $3 worth of that bathroom polo. Oh, and he don't know that I dug my key into the side of this pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. Name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville slugger to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time I'll think before he cheats. I might have saved a little trouble for the next girl, 'cause the next time that he cheats, oh, you know it won't be on me. No, not on me. 'Cause I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. Carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. And maybe next time I'll think before he cheats. Oh, maybe next time I'll think before he cheats. Oh, before he
No, you don't want to be messing with that, cowgirl. Carrie Underwood there with Before He Cheats. And coming up next, we've got Hasty Dixie. This is a kind of funky version of Don't Stop Believing.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
waiting. Up and down the boulevard, there's shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, yeah. Street lights, people. Whoa. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, yeah. Street lights, people. Whoa.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Well, that was absolutely nothing like the Glee version of Don't Stop Believing. Coming up now, we've got some Blake Shelton. This is Old Red.
Well, I caught my wife with another man, and it cost me 99. On a prison farm in Georgia, close to the Florida line. Well, I've been here for 2 long years. I finally made the warden my friend. And so he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Now old Red, he's the damnedest dog that I've ever seen. Got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a 4-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. And the warden sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun. Red'll have you treat for the morning come. Well, I paid off the guard and I slipped out a letter to my cousin up in Tennessee. On he brought down a blue tick hound. She was pretty as she could be. Well, they pinned her up in the swampland about a mile just south of the gate. And I'd take old Red for his evening run. I'd just drop him off and wait. And the warden sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun. Red'll have you treat for the morning come. Now old Red got real used to seeing his lady every night. And so I kept him away for 3 or 4 days and waited till the time got right. Well, I made my run with the evening sun, and I smiled when I heard him turn red out. 'Cause
I was headed north to Tennessee, and old Red was headed south. And the woman sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun, Red'll have you treat for the morning come. Now there's red-haired blue ticks all in the south. Love got me in here and love got me out.
Yeah, playing out there on the harmonica and the smooth tones of Blake Shelton with Old Red. Don't forget, if you'd like a mention on next week's show, then you can drop us a message to the Country DJ at churchsoundradio.co.uk. We're down to our final 15 minutes tonight, and the next song is a tribute to Merle Haggard from Derek Ryan.
First thing I'll ever know is a lonesome whistle blow and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. Born an only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know I'd lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, to the bad I kept on turning, till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. No, no, I turned 21 in prison to life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but I paid him night and night. He's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. And he's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Yes, she did. Today I started loving you again. I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartache melt. But today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by with only these few million tears I cried. I should have known the worst was yet to come, and the crying time for me had just begun. Yes, he said, 'cause today I started loving you again. I'm right back. Yes, I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartache melt. But today I started loving you again. The water led a prisoner down the hallway to his doom. I stood up to say goodbye, I called the rest, and I heard him tell the warden just before he reached my cell, let my guitar play and Fred knew my request. Let him sing me
with a song I used to make my own memories come alive and take me away and turn back the years. Let him send me back home before I die. Let him send me back home before I die.
You're listening to The Country DJ on Churn It Sound.
Dropped another game in overtime. Caught a ticket speeding down to 65 and nowhere I'm going. Guess I really went and messed it up again. Now my baby's goner than the Tulsa wind. Judging by the stone sober state I'm in, need to crack one wide open. Somebody pour me a drink, somebody bum me a smoke. I'm about to get on a buzz, I'm about to get on a roll. Yeah, I've been breaking my back, just keeping up with the Joneses. Y'all know what I mean, and y'all know how it goes. When it's up on a Friday night, pay sliding over my way. I can't even think when I can hear one calling my name. Hey, somebody pour me a drink. Bourbon brown eyes trying to get me drunk. Ain't stopping till the bottle and the job is done. Hey, I think I might have found my future love. Buddy, you should probably buy her one. Somebody pour me a drink, somebody pour me a smoke. I'm about to get on a buzz, I'm about to get on a roll. Yeah, I've been breaking my back, just keeping up with the Joneses. Y'all know what I mean, yeah, y'all know how it goes. When it's up on a Friday and I'm paid, slide one over my way. I can't even think when I can hear one calling my name. Hey, somebody pour me a drink, somebody pour me a drink. Somebody pour me a drink, somebody pour me a smoke. I'm about to get on a buzz, I'm about to get on a roll. Yeah, I've been breaking my back, just keeping up with the Joneses. Y'all know what I mean, yeah, y'all know how it goes. When it's up on a Friday night, paid sliding over my way. I can't even think when I can hear one calling my name. Hey, somebody pour me a drink, somebody pour me a drink. Yeah, somebody pour me a drink. Hey, yes sir, pour me a drink. I'm on it, buddy. Pour me a drink.
Post Malone there with Pour Me a Drink. And that brings us to as the final song of tonight's show. Hope you've enjoyed it. Many thanks again to Dan for coming on, and to everybody else who sent their tracks in for us to give an air into tonight. Don't forget you can catch up with me live this coming weekend at the Bridge Inn in Stone on Saturday night, and also at the Beer Keller in Birmingham. We're going to finish off the night tonight with some Chris Stapleton. This is White Horse. Catch you again, same time, same place next week.
This love is getting kind of dangerous. Feels like it's a loaded gun. stunning like a cloud of dust. My heart always wants to run. Oh, if you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. White horse. Someday, maybe you could have your way. Right now, just not the time. Some things a man just got to do. I wish you could change my mind. Oh, if you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. White If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there. If you want a cowboy on a white horse, riding out into the sunset, if that's the kind of love you wanna wait for, hold on tight, girl, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. No, I ain't there yet. White
Everybody quiet down now and get some sleep.
Everybody.
Good night, Mom. Good night, Stan. Good night, everyone.
Night, Mama. Night, Daddy.
Good night, children. Good night, Dad. Good night, Elizabeth.
Night, Cowboy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.
What's going on? I was asleep. What's everybody doing?
Good
Good night, Jim Bob.
Bob.
Sleep.